Hi everybody! So I wanted to make a video about my first ever tattoo experience. So I just got back from the tattoo parlor about an hour ago, so everything's still very fresh in my mind. I've known what tattoo I've wanted for many years now. I actually tried to get it done about 2-3 years back, but it didn't work out at the time, and so I kind of just put it off and put it off and put it off until just now this week I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it now. So I was emailing the tattoo parlor and they're like, yeah, just come in, make an appointment. So I went yesterday and made an appointment. They were like, we have available times already tomorrow. And I was like, you know what, I'll do it. I'll get it done tomorrow. So then yeah, today there wasn't really much to it, to be honest. And I didn't video the experience itself because my sister got a piercing and they didn't let you videotape it, but the guy that was doing my tattoo, he was more chilled. And he said, oh yeah, you can take pictures, whatever. So yeah, I just got a small text on my left ankle, and honestly beforehand, everyone hypes up the pain. Everyone's, it's gonna hurt, it's really painful, the less, like, the more bony and fleshy the area, the more it's gonna hurt. You know, super painful areas include the ankles, and like every single list you look at that say the most painful locations for a tattoo, it always says ankle. And I'm like, but I was dead set on having it be the ankle, and I'm like, if I'm gonna get something permanent on my body, I want it exactly where I want it, and no amount of pain is gonna deter me. So I was like, you know what, it's gonna hurt like a mother, but I'm gonna do it. So then I went there today. Everyone was super friendly, because that's what I was worried about, that people would be a bit unfriendly, but everyone was super nice at the place I went. So the place I went to was Tribal Body Art in Canongate here in Edinburgh. So yep, we went in. Basically, I had the sketch done myself of what I wanted, because I wanted it to be in my handwriting. I didn't want a font, so that literally took, he just like stenciled it out for me, so that didn't take long at all. And then he's like, okay, are you ready? And I'm like, I had to fill out a form, you know, like saying I didn't have any medical conditions, or you know, just like that is my responsibility or whatever. So then off I go, and we go into this like little room. It has like a medical chair, and he's like, okay, you know, sit down. At this point I'm getting a little nervous, but you know, I had my sister with me and a couple friends out in the waiting hall, because you could only have one person in. So I was sitting there, and then, you know, they put that little purplish stencil on, and I checked to make sure, you know, when I stood up it was all straight and it looked how I wanted, it was in the place that I wanted. So I sat up on the chair, gave my leg to him, asked him, I was like, I'm not gonna like yank my leg away and there's like gonna be this really long horrid like line up my leg. He's like, you know what, you might. And then I was like, are you being serious? He's like, nah, just jokes. That literally, the anticipation was the worst. Like the night before, like last night, I was like getting real nervous about it. It's like, oh god, what have I done? But then in my mind I was like, you know what, this is something you've wanted for a long time, you know, you're finally doing it, just calm down. Calm down. You know, I did all the preparations, you know, I had a good meal, I brought like a soda drink with me, and I did all this shebang. And then he's like, are you ready? I'm like, yep, just do it. I had my earbuds in, I was ready for like some kind of sharp sensation, and people say it's like a bee sting or like a cat scratch or all sorts of things, but honestly when he started, I barely felt a thing. I had hyped this whole situation up in my head. From like a scale of 1 to 10, I was at an 11. I was like, okay, the pain's gonna be awful, just, you know, breathe through it. And when it started, I didn't even feel anything. Like, I just felt a couple pinches occasionally, but I was like, that was so anticlimactic. And that really was underwhelming. I really expected it to be worse. And honestly, afterwards I'm like, maybe it could have been a little bit more painful, you know, it would have been more of a memorable experience. But really, it did not hurt at all. And my pain tolerance is like, I'd say regular. I don't have like a unbearably high pain tolerance or anything. The most painful part was a couple minutes afterwards, is kind of started to sting a little bit. Not really sting, like a small pinch. Like, kind of like the feeling you get if you're shaving your legs and you like kind of nick yourself. Like, it felt like that for like just for a few seconds at a time, for maybe a minute, if that even. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being it didn't hurt at all to 10 being it's so painful I would rather be dead, I would say it was about a 2, because I mean, I did feel something, but it was like nothing. Like literally, like I wouldn't even call it a painful experience. Basically what I got was my own handwriting of the word Sydney, and if you don't know, Sydney is my dog. She's now 10.5 years old. I've had her pretty much half of my life now, and she literally means the world to me. Anyone that knows me knows that I love Sydney so much. And because it's in my own handwriting, I feel it's just more meaningful that way. But the reason I chose it was because yes, it's my dog, I love her, and I just want her to be with me for the rest of my life, even though when she's gone, I still want her to, you know, be with me. You know, this way we'll be together forever. You know, wherever I go, she'll be with me. All that kind of stuff. And yeah, I picked my left ankle because, you know, although the heart honestly is like in the middle of your chest, but you know, the heart is meant to be on your left. So I was like, it's like a direct access to my heart. I don't know, it was kind of stupid, but just when having to decide between left and right, it just, I had to make a choice, and I was like, okay, I'll choose left because of that. And then also my ankle because, well, one, I wanted it to be small and inconspicuous, like not in your face. I mainly wanted it for myself, so I wanted it to be easily hidden as well. And then also, if it's on my foot, you know, me and Sydney can forever walk together. Like everywhere I go, she'll be walking with me. We'll be walking this life on earth together. Even when she's not physically here, she'll physically be on my foot and we'll forever be walking together. So so yeah, that's why I chose my ankle. And then also I was thinking about it, I was like, you know, I usually tend to walk her with my left hand too, so the left to make more sense. But yeah, overall, very underwhelming. You watch all these videos and there's girls like screaming bloody murder, and I was like, oh, that's gonna be me. It wasn't. It wasn't. Very underwhelming. So that is what it looks like currently. It's been about 1.5 hours since it was done. You can see there's a little, sorry about the shakiness, the little bit of blood. It was here before, but it kind of migrated its way over there. Really, it's not bad at all, and it doesn't hurt currently either. Like, if I move it around, it doesn't hurt. Like, the most painful part is honestly, like, the tape here, like, pinching my skin. But, yeah, really. It's really not big at all either. Like, if you want to see in proportion, I'll zoom out a bit. I don't know if that gives it any scale or if it's just, like, I don't know. If you see, like, my finger, it's really small, and it did not hurt. It was over so quickly. So, yeah. But I do not have any more planned in the future, so at least currently I am sticking with only this one. I find it really cute, and yes, people will probably think it's like my boyfriend's name or whatever, but screw them. I know what it means. But yeah, there, my little Sydney baby will be with me forever. So I just wanted to continue on my update. So it's been about 3 days since I got my tattoo, and they gave me like an Aftercare instruction sheet. I have it right here. So basically it just gave me all the instructions that I would need to take care of it afterwards for it to come out, you know, best quality as possible. Basically in the first day or so it was supposed to scab up a little bit, and you're not supposed to touch it. It may feel a bit itchy or sunburny, but to be honest, I think mine was so small that it didn't, like, it never felt uncomfortable, or it never felt itchy or anything either. I think it was just because of the size was so small that I didn't get that feeling at all. I did the first day after I got it, when I washed it, I could kind of see like this weird like black stuff coming off. Yeah, it didn't like scab up like how I expected, like real crusty or anything. It never did that. So, but yeah, it's been 3 days and it still looks pretty good. I'll show you in a moment. But yeah, for the aftercare, what they recommended to me is to keep it bandaged until I got to back to my flat. So I kept it bandaged for maybe 2 or 3 hours. And then I took it off. I let it, like, I washed it gently with water and an antibacterial soap. So what I used was KatChats antibacterial soap, and I just washed it very gently. It was very gentle. I made a big mess in the bathroom, of course, like I usually do. And then they sold me this kind of after inked moisturizer and aftercare lotion. £2 for a little thing, but you know, I was like, whatever. So I'm supposed to wash this tattoo for the first few days like 2 to 4 times a day, and then after you wash it you put this kind of moisturizer on it, and it just, I guess, helps to soothe it and helps it heal and keeps it moisturized. Yeah, so this one just has grapeseed oil, is paraben free, fragrance free, and no non-petroleum based, and it's also cruelty free and vegan, so I like it. So yeah, I just bought that. It's called After Inked, so that's the one I've been using. It's been working great. They also said you can use bepanthen, so if you don't have this, you can use bepanthen as well. And yeah, I've just had to be a bit careful because it is on my ankle. Luckily I have my Tom shoes, which, you know, has the heel, the part that goes around your foot, heel, ankle part isn't high, so it's like it sits below where the tattoo is, so I've been wearing those everywhere and it's been no problem. You do have to be careful not to, there's a couple things they said, like don't soak it in water, so no baths, no swimming, be careful in the shower, no saunas, don't like have it be in direct sunlight, don't like sweat on it the first day, because I mean it is an open wound. So just, you know, take care of it like you would a normal cut. Like don't do anything too drastic, you know, like wear clothes that would like chafe it or anything. But yeah, so far I haven't had any problems. I've just been, you know, careful not to rub it on anything or like knock it. And yeah, it's not infected yet, so so far it's going well. Again, on the pain level, I was just like plucking my eyebrows and my eyes watered up a little bit because I was like, oh, this is be painful. Plucking my eyebrows was more painful than my tattoo, at least like for a tiny thing that I got. And yeah, oh, price-wise, it was £40, the one I got. So I think £40 at the place I went to was the minimum. So I had to go and book in an appointment. So I went there and I had to give like a £20 deposit. So when you book in your appointment, you give them some money. I guess it's to make sure you actually show up. So you don't not just like booking up times and never showing up there, you know, but it made sense. And then like they take the deposit off of the actual fee. So on the day I only had to pay another £20. So yeah, I think because mine was so small, it was like the minimum amount. So £40 isn't bad at all, because my sister got her ears pierced and it was $35, so it was only £5 more than piercings. Well, plus then the £2 for the aftercare lotion and moisturizer. But yeah, overall, I don't know what else to say. I'll show you what it looks like now. I know I did hear very mixed opinions about, like, the day I got it done, that evening, I was kind of scared that it would, like, when I was going to bed, because I was scared, I don't know, because I tend to rub my feet a lot when I'm sleeping, so I was scared like I would start rubbing my tattoo in my sleep when I was sleeping and like rub it against the blankets or sheets or my other foot or whatever. So I was kind of looking into that, and they said that some places said you can wrap it with the clear cling film, and then some places said absolutely do not do that under any circumstances because it needs to breathe. But what I ended up doing was doing it anyways. Like what I did was I took just a small piece of the cling film and I taped it very lightly. I didn't like press it on. Like I put like a very light layer, as in like I still put it that like air could go in and out from underneath. Like it was basically there just, I don't know, I was just paranoid that I would rub it really, like I don't know, I was just paranoid that I would like rub my feet together or something. So it just made me feel better if I put, for the first 2 nights, I put just that cling film on it, like in a very loose, like I put the tape kind of like, not that it was stretched thin like this, but kind of like this, so that it kind of had a layer. I don't know how to explain it, but the air was still able to travel in and out. So yeah, that probably didn't make any sense, but but yeah, that was pretty much my entire experience. I don't really have anything else to add. I think I'm looking at it now, I mean, I don't think it's completely healed yet, and I don't touch it with my fingers or anything because I don't want to get bacteria there until it's like for sure completely healed. And on this, at least, it says it can take like up to 2 weeks or more, so I'm just being careful with it just in case, you know, better safe than sorry. It's something that'll be on my foot forever, so I don't want it to like mess up. I don't want to like screw it up in these early phases or whatever. And what they actually, most places do offer a free touch-up within 1 to 6 months of you getting it. So in case like any of the ink has come off or you want it to like look a bit more brighter, you can usually go back and they'll do it free of charge. So I'm gonna wait 4 weeks and probably go back in and have them take a look at it to see if it's all right or if it needs like a tiny touch-up or anything. So that is what it looks like at the moment. He actually placed it quite well because I realized when I like make my foot get wrinkles, see, it doesn't really, it kind of misses the tattoo when I wrinkle up my foot. So that's great because that means just as time when I walk and do whatever, hopefully it'll prevent the tattoo from fading as quickly. So yeah, I'm pleased with how it looks like. This is, again, 3 days after my tattoo, and it still looks, I think it might fade a bit more because it's still quite bright looking. But yeah, that is what it looks like at the moment. Okay, y'all have to remember to take what I say with a grain of salt, because you remember what I said about the scarring up and scabbing, whatever, peeling off? Well, it's happening. I didn't realize this before, but yeah, the whole tattoo has the whole time been a little bit raised off from my skin, and that was actually the scabbing. So now, sorry about the shakiness, my hands are really unstable, but when I just took a shower now, and I was kind of like washing it and putting on the lotion, I could see like little black stuff coming off. So yeah, that's the scabbing, and it's finally coming off. So I've been very, very gentle with it, so it's now been, what, 2 weeks? Maybe almost 2 weeks since I've gotten it, and yeah, I don't know how close I can get with it being still in focus. Sorry about my really ugly leg and foot as well. So maybe you can see a little bit from there. You can see it's a little bit raised off, and there's kind of like a whitish thing around it. I don't know, I don't think you can really see it. I'm trying to autofocus, manual focus it to the best of my ability. You can see on the S especially. Oh, this is so hard. Like, you can see like right there's a little bit of scabbing. You can see like on under the E a bit has fallen off. I'm so sorry, my hands are shaking so bad. But yeah, and like on the D, you can see around the edges, it's kind of like a bit scabbed up. But yeah, it hasn't like been itchy at all. It hasn't hurt. Sorry, out of focus. It hasn't hurt at all. It hasn't been itchy. It hasn't bothered me at all. I've been wearing normal socks, normal shoes out and about, so that hasn't been a problem at all. And yeah, I haven't been washing it. I've only been washing it now once a day and putting on lotion when I do remember. So yeah, I'm hoping once the scabbing heals up, everything will be a-okay. But yeah, other than that, that has been my experience so far. Again, if I did leave out anything important, which I probably did, do leave it in the comments below and I'll try and answer them. But other than that, I guess that just about concludes this video. So till next time.